Hello and welcome. Right, we have got, we have, really, I think we're gonna go for the very best thing. I think for these, which I would say is the T440. Personally, still not 100% sure if this actually is perfect. Sorry, huge pause there. Yeah, right. We're going to lease this, which is going to be quite. We're going to leave it at 60. We are going to keep it exactly as it is. Yep. And being as it is, it should just be a standard header for it, really. Which again is Beat Technology. And it should be. No, all in one standard. It really should be everything. Nope. And lease, yes, $510. Right, fantastic. Now that is a point. What are we going to do with this? Really? Yeah, I mean, obviously, did I say we didn't stick down the generator, did we? I was considering it. This is true. I'd like it to be good, but still not see. Yes, I really do think that's a fantastic field officers. I still think it would make a really good for the animals and everything in time, definitely. We're coming up on the left, just after the shops. Yeah, well, so what are we going to do with this? Ah, yes, I just have an idea. Right, anyway, yes. Let's go into a time lapse and get stuck into this, the second in the series of our sort of tutorial for start from scratch. Yeah, so let's get cracking. It's not going to take us long. Yeah, but I am still going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, not bad. That didn't work out quite to plan. Obviously we've had drainage, concrete drainage things done underneath this slot, so that wink, wink, so that we don't ruin the. Yeah, I just thought it was a really good way of joining the two sides because I'd eventually like to go that way. So it's a natural joining sort of thing with the concrete underneath this slot, so that it still carries on. Right, smashing sorted. So 90 odd tons, not bad. Not bad at all. I think that's right. Yeah, that is one of the best value silos as well. It really is. Yeah, it's 92 tons of that. Let's run this back. And we're going to try to whiz through it. Yeah, obviously the main thing is me sort of talking about like why we've done things and also sort of saying, well, wait, why they start from scratch start? That is the sort of the focus of the entire Let's Play. So, good generator? Absolutely. Sometimes I go for the Lords, but I always like, that's my favourite big one by Omatana, because it's good, but not so good that it leaves the question that, oh, perhaps it was the generator that won for you. I mean, obviously farmers do want to generate other forms of income, as well as not just relying on. So you could sort of argue that, but I just like a balance. I think that's a really balanced sort of thing for doing this. So let's ask the shop if they will put this all away for us. Fantastic. So we haven't got any equipment at all. No, it's all. That's it. So let's pop down to our farm and to the silo. We can't actually go to it. We can now though. Now that'll do. It's we're not a stone throw away. Ooh, not only that, why would I was forgetting this has got things here, hasn't it? That right. No, we can get this way. We can indeed. Yeah, I've obviously done a little bit of damage to the road. It's sort of I expected it to lift it up, and instead it lowered it. It's typical. I perhaps should have done it the other way around, but hey ho, you can't undo what's done, can you really? So yeah, I've had to lower this. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, obviously this, say a concrete. Yeah, this was the worst. Gordon Bennett. Yeah, I might try and level a little bit nicely. It's a bit weird in the middle there, isn't it? Right, so then we have our generator. We have one of the most reasonable silos in the game, which I always go to in a pinch. I love to do this and start from scratch. It is a beautiful thing, but of course I put this down first, so I'm going to try, because I know it plays with the productions quite a bit, the storage especially, which is what you usually do. You usually put your storage down first, but unfortunately the game can treat that one as additional storage, which I don't think it's not supposed to. I think it is supposed to, really, in a way. But yeah, it doesn't quite work as you'd hope. Right, 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I knew it. The second I did it, I thought, hang on, you won't have reached 9 o'clock yet. Right, okay. This is true. Let's go till 10 o'clock, and then it will should let us do it, because we've also moved as well. Although you've got to be certain amount away from the original spot. Don't ask me why, but most of the time you do. Now we're really hoping for over the winter we get a decent, even a track. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be huge, but a tractor and a bit of equipment. Yeah, it's why. Yeah, loan interest, but also property income. So it's going up. Still sort of wondering about that. It's not bad for but we don't know what we're going to get. And there are more reasonable ones. It is true. Yeah, I can't pretend that there aren't. But right, so we're not going to faff around. No animals to feed. No nothing. And no means of doing anything presently. So we're at least the only thing we've got to do is our income whilst we look over the winter for any pieces of equipment in the local area that we can pick up. Because we are. Yeah, I mean we are. Oh, like something like that, and like that. Wow, that's precisely the type of thing I was hoping for. Wow, this is rather amazing. I'll tell you why. Because in my original Elm Creek on this very spot, I had a New Holland. So this is quite amazing. We'll have a 273. I think it was slightly bigger. I think it was the T7 series though. We're going to go for 200. And we will exactly for 123,000. That is amazing. Fantastic. And that also we will go for 22,000. Fantastic. That also is a cracking price, but I'll probably ask additional tank, saddle tracks Matty. Into typical. This is the type of thing that you're always unsure of. Well, shall I do it or shall I not? Because you never know, do you, whether you're going to get something like that? Because it's a really good price. Oh, go on then, let's do it. Yeah, it might be a big waste of time, but that's really thin as out. But to be honest, it is a good buy. It is our first tractor, and yeah, let's be honest, what a first tractor! It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, some of the cedars that are very reasonable are. That's a biggie, that is. Yeah, it is, but it is a seed. It's a big one as well. No till just the seeds. So there is another one I could buy. Although that would be a 12 meter. It's only slightly dearer for that. So I'm not going to faff around. We're going to go straight. Of course, if we don't see anything, we will probably buy or lease one of those reasonable ones that we were talking about. Now then, the other thing is selling of these January, February. Or do we go for a production? Let's have a look at the price of our parsnips. Ooh, max price 313. So we a little bit more. Have ever had that one? Sugar beets and yeah. Now I've got to be honest. If I was going to do something like that, I'd actually use the belt system. My favourite one to actually do exactly the same thing, but it also has got the versatility that it's not just for sugar beets. So right, let's go through. Now we ought to be paying attention if we're going to sell them just as parsnips. There are very few mods, even now though, that actually use the vegetables. And those that tend to have gone for the same type of recipe as Giants, which destroys 2/3 of your 8 to 15 meters. It's a bit of a small spread. It is really. Right, so then 298. Have we missed it? Has it like gone in the middle of the night, or let's go through to we can always do productions if like push comes to shove. It's not the end of the world. If we've missed it and it was in the middle of the night, which it frequently is. Excuse me. Right. Ooh, oh my life. Is that not just typical? That's my favourite normal tractor, the 7200 Pro series. It really is. And of course, that's my absolute favourite. And of course, we can't afford it. Of course, we can't. Would we want to, though? I mean, this early on, these two 170's got the front one as well. I just think that we'd be silly to say no. We've now got a really decent team, and the Kramer, I really do love this. It's a cracker. Is this the... No, it's a standard. It's yeah, because I've got to be honest. Having had the electric one, I'm not a massive fan. Yeah. Right, so we're down to 85,000, and it is now. Well, depending on what we're going to sow, of course, or plant. It's now the month that we would be doing that type of thing. And are we going to do a production that is going to produce something from the parsnips that we've actually put down? I think we've actually got enough tractors. It's a beautiful tractor, though. It really is. 150 horsepower. We've already got in that range. Now that's a cracker, isn't it? Because we haven't got a harvester. That leaves us 60,000. We do need one. But I think we'll say no for now, because we could always lease one. Right then, so let's have a look. What is there in the available things in productions for vegetables? There is one that I have got in. Let's have a look if it's right. Let's save the game as well. Yeah, and also switch zone markers on, just in case this doesn't work to plan. Yeah. Right. So then, you see that generator is not so good that it's like stupendous. It's just good. It's yeah, reasonable. It earns a good amount, but not so much that you'd think, oh yeah, really. That's what I like about it. Now then, what does it look like? Didn't realise this was part of this pack. Yeah, obviously, there's some beautiful greenhouses. I suppose that's the point. Do something a little bit different. They can be quite a reasonable. In fact, they can be very good. Let's have a look what we were looking for first. Can't remember what it looks like. Fruits production. Grass triangle, German grey mill. That's something I keep wanting to have a go at, the harvest productions, which is basically for straw or wood chips. We've got a few wood chips, but I don't know that we've got enough to do that type of thing. Yeah, this was something that's a herbal tree. You need the yeah, herbal, yeah. But yeah, I don't know that we can afford it, or it would cripple us. It's just not at the right time. Yeah, it didn't work quite to plan. I was hoping to do those heaps. I didn't realise they were just for traditional grains. I thought they were for sort of a heap for anything, but it's sort of for specific things, so that each of the heaps is for a particular product. So that was sort of went completely a different way than I thought it would, because that's what I was planning on doing, the heaps. I did think that was a cracking idea. Just didn't realise how it was going to do it. It's a specific thing for a specific heat for a specific thing, which sort of limits it a little. I know once you've chosen it, it's good, but you'd have to have multiple ones to actually make it worthwhile, which that's a bit of a shame. It's, I suppose, yeah, it's just not what I expected is all, really. Grapes, oh, Bennett. Here we go. This was the one. It was. This was indeed the one. So where last time I had the sugar thing, it was over here, but we did clear the little trees away as well. I could stick it sort of with this. I do like to. It's true, we could sort of go on that. We could. I think what I'd like to do though is level it before we do this, because I think it's going to want to choose what it's already done. nasty thing is, of course, it really does pain your cash. I think we're going a little mad, aren't we? Probably. Oh, it's gone right back to the beginning. Of course it has. Such a long way down. Got too far. No, I think it was a little bit further than this even. Yeah, it was after production revamped. After the grapes, just. There we go. We have it coming towards us. That. Right, okay. And that, obviously, we saved it for a reason. That was just to make sure that. So, is it done okay? Yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, it's a bit of. But it's joining the two pieces of land. That was my main sort of thing. Right, let's have a look, shall we? Honey roasted parsnips. That was the one that I was thinking of with this. And salad, no. But again, we could. We'd need cheese and eggs. Yeah. So. Oh, it's actually got the parsnips in there, or has it? But then again, if I move them and put them in, it likewise, yeah, it hasn't picked up the storage. The trouble is, the only bad thing is, well, there is very little place we could put this, really. This is, I think, probably the best one, because we could probably afford to do a honey thing ourselves straight away. And, yeah, we know that it's missing at the minute, but if we put one down, it won't be. So, what, I think the price of this is fairly good, if I remember rightly. This mod is a little bit. I did say this when I saw it. It's one of the few that's doesn't. It's not terrible, but the price is a little bit strange. I don't think it's quite right, but it should still, nevertheless, make us a bit of cash. Bearing in mind how much we have got of this. If we can actually see it. Cherry of corn. There's well too many mods. Lettuce red. Just past out here, I would have said honey roasted parsnips. Yeah, the prices. When you consider though, 1,000 litres of parsnips is 200. It's 5 times the amount. Now, obviously, honey is quite good, but you're sort of splitting it, so it's not terrible. It's yeah, it will be quite a good one. So we do need to stick down an apiary, I would say. Again, this is wasted space here where all of the trees are, but for now, there's not a lot we can do about that. So I think that's probably about the only place it could go is here, really. I think we will put it on the bank as well and allow it to naturally do what it's got to do. Now I've got a beautiful one, the red from the Red Barn pack. It is an absolute beauty. And why did I stick the zone markers off when I need them? Because it's just what I do. It is true. You're trying to be ultra efficient to always do this, but yeah, I don't think you can beat this. I think this is the best in the game, if I'm honest. I still can't really see where. I don't think there is it? Because it's bees. Yeah, there's not really a right or a wrong thing, because you're going to put like a. No, I still think it has got a. Going to need to soften a little. It's yeah, typically gone heavily downhill. So yeah, it does look very much like we're going to need to put the honey spawner, aren't we? So we'll go to bees. There is the... Could go for the biggie. I don't think we need to go that big. Because I'm going to use the... like that. And then what I'm going to do is to use the Nickies, which goes on top of it, which can distribute. So I believe we do stick that on top of that one. But I think it's the bit at the end that it seems to be the bit that it needs to do. Really? Now then, if we stick that off and go direct into that, the honey one, it's a beautiful bit of kit. Nikki do not do some cracking mods. So we're going to go distributing, and obviously the bees will start to produce by tomorrow. So got 13,400 left, and being as we seem to have gone into vegetables and we have got quite a few tractors, it does seem heavily a good idea that we probably... I've just got to repair this little lot. We're going to have to like go to 1, and I would put my... It's 70%, but yeah, it's going to be... It is what it is. Hang on a minute, did I do my repair costs? I think I did. I almost recall that we did do those as well. It's this one, not that one. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so that's fine. Fantastic. So 12,472. So we really want a planter of vegetables, do we not? So there's... I know what we could do. I do. The planters. And my favourite planter, actually, should do the job really well. And the adapted Kinsey, which is also a snippet. We'll do roller as well. Yes. Also, we need to be grabbing a front loader tool. I'm trying to think what we're going to go for. I think versatility. But also, I don't know, we don't know if we're doing baling, don't know if we're going loose. So I think what we'll do to begin with is the very versatile big back handler. Yes. We'll go for the 1.2. And also going to go for a weight. But this can't, the Kramer cannot cope with a very large weight, so it really is something like the lightweight. It's one of the few that it can actually cope with. Now, after much use of this thing, I realised that it will only sort of cope. Yeah, may as well go everything. And we're going to need 750. Is about the max it can cope with. I think we will buy it. Yeah, that. Fantastic. So we have the means of, let's get that lot on. Let's grab some seeds and repair this little beast. You know, we haven't got a... Let's repair it. Fantastic. Right, so then we want to grab a bag of seeds. I think one will do, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's the one. Of course, it won't fill that, but that doesn't really matter. It's, as we all know, vegetables are super duper. Obviously, we've got to do parsnips again, though. That's the one. That's why I went for that, because it is. Right, let's grab that. Yeah, so this is no-till, so we are going to also need the weeder. Oh, hang on a minute. Root crops. Will it not need? Yeah, that is true. Will it not need ploughing? I would have thought it did. Huh. Ah, weeds. I was going to say. Yeah, it does. I was going to say. So we're going to need to plough it as well. So I think what we'll do is we're going to grab you, and you can go ahead of us. So we're going to have to put up with stones, unfortunately. 170 horsepower. It will manage the plough, but I'm going to get the ridiculous Dominic. But we are really going to be cutting this close. I mean, like by the skin of our teeth. Now that you can actually do this today. We could lease the ridiculous. No, yeah, true. We are that close that it is going to be quite even for this beautiful thing. I think we'll. Yeah, it's true. We will indeed lease that for that because we are really skint. Right. Set this going, and then while this is going, we'll grab this little lot, and I think that would probably be fairly long session actually. Is there anything else we can take? Not at present. Can you plough in the rain? That is the question. Brilliant. Right, so then, now we could expand the size of the field slightly, but being as we sort of, again, typical start from scratch, we've got to be sort of versatile. Now we can make it bigger, but we really have got no way of doing anything at present. So yeah, we've cut this so close to the bone. I know we've got, well, we are earning a little, but don't say that's probably, so save, activate, 10.5 meters, and let's set you going. Right, and we are going to go grab and fill that beautiful plant and that beautiful bit of kits. That's even a matching colour. Amazing. Can't believe we've sort of got a front loader as well straight away. That's quite amazing. Let's stick that straight in. And we again are going to do exactly the same again because we've got to. Yeah, I don't really like doing the same, but it's the only vegetable really that's in that. So the price is not terribly good, but it's not awful either. So I thought it was a fairly easy one to do. It's, yeah, that's the closest to a vegetable one that I actually like. Right, let's just put this on follow. No, we can't take anything else. I was just thinking, can I take anything else? But not really. Smashing. Now, I'm not sure. I think as we saw, the fluctuations for that are not awful. Yeah, they're sort of very little. So. Fantastic. Parsnips, one of my favourite vegetables. My favourites are beetroots, but that's not going to help us very much with this particular thing, so we shall we need to be grabbing behind us off. Before it crashes into it as well. Yeah, I'm hoping at some point we can get rid of the few trees we have got that are obviously hampering the farmyard, and I'll call it the farmyard. And so we should. It's hardly worth doing a time lapse for this, is it? Really, with our we can sort of follow on this point, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to put up with these stones. Oh, I thought it covered. Oh, that was a bad mistake. Oh, it's tomorrow. It's April. Ah. Gonna get hit by leasing costs, aren't we? Okay, we are. It's true. Do you know, I felt sure it was March. It obviously isn't. Well, we could sort of just literally go straight through. It'll also give us a bit of cash. Yeah, there's no point in faffing around, is there really? We are going to hit by leasing costs and the loan and obviously the income as well. Also, we should have some honey. Those bees will be busy being bees. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Fantastic. And the Comprima by the RMT. Around. I love their square one actually, to be honest, but with not producing any straw always, it seems a bit silly to me. Right, what's that going to do? I think we're going to get stucky, I would say. Right, let's get this done. We will get those corner swishes done though, we'll yeah. Mind you, EA will have to because it won't actually cover them, will it, thinking about it? Now then, are bees being bees? I can't see anything being done. Oh. It is distributing. Brilliant, it is actually distributing as well. Oh, very poorly though. Very poorly. But then again, it could be also the timing of it, so... Ooh, hang on. Oh, it is doing that multiplication thing. It's doubled up on the amount. This is a new fault, really. It never used to do this. I've seen this now on 3 Let's Plays, and I hate doing this because it doesn't always do it, but once it does do it, it does do it. The only thing you can do is by destroying... Obviously, we've also got parsnips that we shouldn't have, and obviously it's our only means of income, so I don't know how to handle this. Because it's sort of tantamount to cheating, not through anything that we've done ourselves, because it doesn't always do it, but it does seem now that it does always do it. On the last 3 Let's Plays that I've actually done this, it's done this every single time, where it sort of multiplies the products you've got in when you've got a production right next to it. It's like it can't cope with the storage. It's sort of like, I don't know, I really don't know what to say, as in like what it does. I just hate cheating of any type. Oh, it does go over that. Ah, this is annoying because I won't see... Ah, it's not going to hurt over these little tiny bits, really, is it? They're only little tiny corner swishers. I didn't think it covered them actually, but yeah. Fantastic. Let's get these big ones done. It sort of puts you at a quandary. We haven't even got a trailer, but we can of course lease one. That's not a problem at all. But If we sell the silo, it'll sell the 90 odd tons. It will be reimbursed at a standard rate for this time of year for those particular products. But obviously, we're trying to produce our products from this. I don't know how to handle this rightly. If we sell it, I suppose we could buy it, but then we'd have to like do some jiggery pokery, and we've got to buy a trailer early and all that type of stuff that we wouldn't have needed had it worked properly. I also don't like the idea of the cheating, and it's going to give us. I suppose the fact that we're going to be reimbursed in April is going to. Yeah, this is going to need to be returned, isn't it? Or do we buy it now? We're always going to need one, aren't we, really? Yeah, true. Yeah, we will. Fantastic. First bit of... no, it's not really our first bit, is it? We've got plenty. It's our first plough. Right, so let's crack on and finish that. And it is true. I think we'll probably scrap that. Yeah, I can't think of any other thing. We also need to fertilise and lime, so we'll do that next session. We'll just finish seeding this. We shall rectify the wrong, but it is going to mean that obviously the storage inside the production is going to be nothing. So there really is nothing in there, but the game sort of thinks there is. It's a weird, strange nuance that never used to happen and only just started to happen this particular one. It is long since, yeah, I mean, it has always done something strange, but not this, where it multiplies things. And even if you stick the product into direct, it still goes back into the silo anyway. What I mean is you can't move it from one to the other. There is no, because I've tried it. We also need to, I don't know if we can eject from this. I don't think you can unload. Oh, you can. It's only wrong. You really can just unload. It's absolutely fine. So we have some seeds. We will ask the shop to grab this. I forgot there was that little way across there. Leads to the farm as well. Right, so we are going to need to fertilise and lime this, and also, yeah, there is no data. We need to also lease that, so we're going to do that for next session. We're going to return that. We can't really afford to. I think we're even going to have to lease a fertiliser spreader. This is terrible. It's a long time since I've cut it this closely. Aren't we? We're going to sell the silo though. It's the only fair way I think we can deal with this. We'll have to put one down sort of later on. $15,000. I don't sort of think that was fair. Has it left some in the production? Yes, it has. So I don't know how it handled that. I really don't know how it handled that at all. That's very strange. We have got the honey roasted parsnips, which we can now sell. So we have still got that in there. So somehow it's still as classed as it's in that storage. So we're up to 30,241. We've got rid of that. So let's get ready for next session. I do hate this because I hate cheating. I really do, with a passion, and yet it looks like you're cheating. Well, I suppose you can't be held responsible for how the game works, but I sort of know it does. It's done it for the last little bit. It never used to do it, but Obviously, it is a thing now, so I'm going to have to. So we also want a fertilizer spreader, which we now can afford. I'm going to go for my standard one by Holes FS. And we're going to also buy a bag of lime, equally by Holes FS. No, we're not. Actually, no, we're not. It's by G866 Moss. It is. And we're going to buy a pallet of fertilizer, which our what are we going to buy? I think we'll buy a diesel barrel too, and fertilizer. We will in time buy some DEF as well, because I'm sure at least one of our things has probably got DEF support. Let's just check actually. I'm sure that Kramer has. Yeah, that's got DEF support as well. Yeah, some have, some haven't. I'm not sure the Giants one. Yeah, no, this hasn't. So I didn't pay attention. I know I will have seen. No, this hasn't. Oh, so Giants don't support. Wow, that surprises me in a way. Right, so we've got yeah, we will next session get the field scanned, and we'll grab the limer and all the rest of it and bring that all across. Still not got a trailer, but we have got this now, and it will bring in a steady income. We will put a silo down later on, but we will move it further away. Like probably, if that's the case, I would say we'll leave productions off over this side and we'll put the silo over here, isolate it a little bit. Or do we try the Nicky? But I still think we'll do it well away from here. I really do. Yeah, maybe if we are going to buy 56, which I'd like to do, but I'll probably buy 55 next when we are doing a lot better. But so yeah, I'm going to leave it here to up to or down to 21,124. We have planted our parsnips. We do need to. Oh no, of course we. Yeah, we don't need to weed it. Of course, I was thinking of. You would have done it because we were no tilling it, but of course you got to. Where are the stones? Sure, I saw stones. Oh, we've rolled them. They were little. Of course, I was forgetting the additional thing of that beautiful bit of kit. Let's roll them in again. Oh, excellent. Right, so, yeah. The one thing I will say, again, another thing, obviously, because I can't forget why we're doing this Let's Play, is start from scratch. There is a beautiful thing about it, and that is I do actually quite like this bit of a start from scratch. We've only got one field. This is it. It does mean that the farm, the first year tends to go very, very quickly because you concentrate on that. You do the few jobs you've got to do and you whiz through the year. Again, which is something where the LORT generator gives you a huge advantage, which is why I don't particularly like to have it for very long. Whereas I don't mind this because it's just not overpowered. It's just a goodly, nice amount of income. Yes, occasionally you can afford to buy a piece of equipment, but it's not like the Launch. The Launch you could sort of afford to buy something every second month, and I always think that then you ask the question, what's winning this for me? Is it the laws or is it my handling of the games and the mechanics and all the rest of it? And I still to this day sort of think, yeah, well, the law does certainly give you a massive advantage. So yeah, that's why I often will use the Lords for the 6 months that we start, and then I will get rid of it and probably get something like this, because there is a time and a place for it, but I don't think it's now. Not if you're trying to pit yourself against the game. So how are we doing on the honey then? Yeah, it's distributing that straight into there, isn't it? So it's not showing though, is it? We couldn't see any to actually drag, so perhaps it's not big enough. Yeah, you usually can see it sort of like here, and you can move it, but it's not showing. So because there is like a ton and a half. So amazing. It is beautiful though. Very, very good. A lot of bees in there. Right, so yeah, all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey where we are going to go through the good and the bad of start from scratch. There's not much bad, but I suppose I would say that because I favour this start. There is a bit of a yeah. If we're going to be totally honest, you're a bit of a ragtag, a bit of a yeah, because we've got one shed and that was a choice. So our farmyard is one shed really, and yeah, one production, and that does tend to be a little bit like it, but even the base game, it's even the new farmer start, you still can't afford all of your production straight away. And it is a bit of a juggling on just your 100 grand, so even that can be a bit challenging to begin with. Usually stuck with small equipment, so we've got a very rudimentary, good team of tractors, and already a front loader. We've only got yeah that one plough, one yeah, we've just bought the fertilizer spreader. So it is one of those things that bit by bit, piece by piece, you do buy your bit of kit. But this is all we own, really. It's as simple as that. It's not a lot, not really. So yeah, but we have done well on the tractors, and that's yeah, we will see how it grows. Simple as. So all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.